The language of light can only be decoded by the heart. As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Amid the turmoil and tumult of battle, there may be seeming disorder, and yet no real disorder at all. I should have based my judgment upon deeds and not words. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade. Some people look for a beautiful place. Others make a place beautiful. If you have the guts to be yourself, other people will pay your price. A good completion takes a long time. A bad completion cannot be changed later. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. That it will never come again is what makes life so sweet. 10 seconds, that's all it takes for life to throw you a curveball. A lack of clarity could put the brakes on any journey to success. We all have the beast in us, Bill, and it is up to us to control it. But only he who, himself enlightened, is not afraid of shadows. If a craftsman wants to do good work, he must first sharpen his tools. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. Hence the saying, the enlightened ruler lays his plans well ahead. The good general cultivates his resources. There's nothing you can't do if you want it bad enough. The enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general full of caution. If everything seems under control, you're not going fast enough. The cost of being wrong is less than the cost of doing nothing. Aslan, you doubt your value. Don't run from who you are. First learn to become invincible, then wait for your enemy's moment of vulnerability. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Some use drugs to silence the pain. Others use them to feel the pain they silenced. It's important in life. If you don't give a shit, it can help you a lot. Show me that I am everywhere, and get me home for tea. Be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. The most dangerous of all falsehoods is a slightly distorted truth. There are few reasons for telling the truth, but for lying, the number is infinite. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. Conformity to the present is invisibility to the future. This place has only 3 exits, sir: madness and death. The men of old breathed clear down to their heels. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. Thinking something does not make it true. Wanting something does not make it real. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Life is a full circle, widening until it joins the circle motions of the infinite. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out. Imagining something is better than remembering something. Only courageous hearts can endure the bitterness of truth. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Waiting for changing opinions is like waiting for nothing. We are good to others only because we think that that is or will be good for us. You cannot open a book without learning something. In the cherry blossom shade, there's no such thing as a stranger. No persons are more frequently wrong than those who will not admit they are wrong. Being brave means that knowing when you fail, you won't fail forever. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. Only one who devotes himself to a cause with his whole strength and soul can be a true master. For this reason, mastery demands all of a person. If you derive joy in destroying others, you won't go far in life. A kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. Excuses are merely nails used to build a house of failure. Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul. It is better to be divided by truth than united in error. It is much easier to be brave if you do not know everything. I'm glad I see with my eyes and not the pages I've read. Sometimes not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. Colors blind the eye, sounds deafen the ear, flavors numb the taste, thoughts weaken the mind, desires wither the heart. Recognizing power in another does not diminish your own. Health is hearty, health is harmony, health is happiness. There is no wealth like knowledge, no poverty like ignorance. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. You can't understand where someone's going unless you understand where they've been. Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man. You can't always be right, but you can be wrong a lot less. People say that life is the thing, but I prefer reading. Management of many is the same as management of few. It is a matter of organization. I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it. Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. You can measure the size of a person by what makes him or her angry. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. A constitution that is made for all nations is made for none. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. What is of supreme importance in war is to attack the enemy's strategy. Leaders are limited by their vision rather than by their abilities. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Fes est ab hoste docere. One should learn even from one's enemies. At times, even a 90% compatibility rate ends in a breakup. Life is more or less a lie, but then again, that's exactly the way we want it to be. Cleverness isn't always true. nor is the truth always clever. In war, practice dissimulation and you will succeed. The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. Money is better than poverty, if only for financial reasons. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger. Those who do not think about the future cannot have one. What you do is what matters, not what you think or say or plan.